when we want to do this kind of stuff again.
Yes.
All right, so thank you for joining us. I told y'all Patti would be here.
I'm here.
I'm no fool. I know where my bread is buttered. All right, so we have got fancy schmancy, Amy. We are fancy schmancy tonight.
Well, he tried to do this last week, week before last, and he couldn't get it going.
Yeah.
And so anyway, he's been practicing today.
So I got my iPhone set up right over here. It's wirelessly transmitting to Wirecast, and when I got it working this afternoon, I just left it on there. And Patti said, "You're not going to need your phone." I said, "I can do without it. I got it. It's working right now. We're just going to leave it." And because prior to last week, I had experimented with it and it worked just fine. But for some reason, I don't know, it lost connection and I couldn't get it to go back. And anyway, all right. So, Patti, we've got a lot on our plate.
I say, hey, orphan lady, hey, pickers. I just see what y'all said, hey. So we're here.
All right. So, let me say something to my Facebook folks. A few weeks ago, I noticed on the Facebook thing, I don't have the option to reply. I can write a comment, so I'm just going to reply to y'all if I see a question. By the way, questions on Facebook or on YouTube, type it in all caps. Please, it gives us a better chance of seeing it when the chat gets cranked up. No promises, though, because we're not very good at that. But we're not ignoring you. Just make it easier for us to see by typing your question in all caps.
Yes. But you know what? We need to start rolling right away. What?
Well, you want to talk about a super fan? Ross Hargrove in Alabama is a super fan.
Hey, Ross.
Because he just turned down a call in that he would have got paid for. Because we're live, so this should be good. All right,
that's because he likes.
That's because he likes pickled green beans. I'm betting a nickel there ain't none of them left, Ross. That's all right. We got more where those came from. All right, so we got a bunch of pictures, but I'm thinking we don't have time for that.
Well, I think we need to get going with the Instant Pot before we go on.
All right.
Because
the title is Easy Instant Pot Recipe. As y'all know, I don't know if you know or not. If you don't follow us on Facebook, you may not. But yesterday, the book came out.
Yay, we got it done.
Patti's first ebook, and I say first because she's already working on the second one, which is about sourdough bread.
And I can show you some practicing I've been doing for the recipes going in the book.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were practicing to put a smackdown on Michael Pratt.
Well, that's just all part of it.
All part of it?
That's all part of it.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, her first ebook is live, available now, and there's a link in the description. It's the first link that'll take you to our digital store, and it's 20 easy Instant Pot recipes. Why did you do easy Instant Pot recipes?
Well, I wanted to do that because for anybody that's apprehensive that wants to, they can have some instant success.
Or new to the Instant Pot.
Yeah,
hello, Kevin Van Norman.
So, that's why I wanted to do some simple things. I mean, I have rice in there.
Basic ingredients.
Yes, basic ingredients. It should be a lot of the recipes are stuff that you may have on hand. You don't have to go find some different spices and stuff like that.
Nothing you can't pronounce.
Anyway, so, just boiled eggs, because things that I've been successful with, it's really been a time saver and helpful to me. I want to put in there. And also some quick one-pot meals. I think there's 3 different soups in there. I'm going to be doing Squash Bisque tonight. It's on page 19. And it's a very good, simple soup. So. Well,
we've got a very pertinent question from Nancy Briggs on YouTube that says, what is an Instant Pot?
Okay, an Instant Pot is an electric pressure cooker.
No, wrong camera.
They they had stovetop pressure cookers, and this is an electric pressure cooker. And it comes with a rack that goes in it for like putting meat or potatoes or something like that on the rack, depending on how you're doing it. But for this
Speak up
recipe,
a little, Pat. I'm not sure.
This recipe, we're not going to. Where am I speaking to? The computer?
Speak to that.
This recipe, we're not using a rack. So, it's Squash Bisque. It calls for a quart of canned or frozen squash. I'm going to put my liquid in first. This is it's actually bone broth. It calls for a cup of chicken broth. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the bottom. You always have to have liquid in an Instant Pot. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and add my squash. This is some some frozen squash that we did from our garden. And so I'm gonna put that in there. So it calls for a quart of squash, and it can be fresh squash, frozen squash.
All right, hang on. They're saying they can't hear you. Let me make some adjustments. All right, try again.
All right. I put in a cup of bone broth, or it calls for a cup of chicken broth. I've chosen to use my bone broth. You always put liquid in your pot. Has to have liquid to cook. And a quart of frozen squash, or you could use fresh squash or canned squash. Okay. This is 3 potatoes that I have chopped. And I've chopped them a little while ago. They're kind of turning brown. They kind of look yucky. But anyway, about that size. Put that in there. 2 diced carrots. These were those little bitty baby carrots, and so I just chopped up that many. So put that in there. 1 onion cut up. A half a stick of butter. You want to put some salt in there. Are they hearing me now?
Yeah. It was a tiny echo, but I think I got that fixed.
And I have on the recipe, excuse me, Tony's Sashery's Cajun seasoning, but I make my own homemade seasoning, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. And you don't have to worry about getting this right now, because after we get through cooking it, we're going to taste it to see what we need to add. All right, let me go over the list. Squash, butter, potatoes, onion, carrots, chicken broth, salt, and Tony's. Okay, milk is on the list, but that comes last. And you put the lid on. And I have to make sure my vent is closed. And I'm going to cook this on high pressure for 4 minutes. So I do the manual button, and I'm going to put it up to saying 4. And that's all I have to do. It's supposed to come on and cook. So anyway, that's that. So
we ready to go back to the other camera?
We can go back to the other camera. I just have to let that cook.
Y'all heard it beep to tell that it was starting. Okay, I learned something. Let me ask you something. It looks like, I'm looking at the sound monitor, it looks like y'all can still hear me pretty well, even though I've changed microphones. Is that true? Looks like y'all can hear me pretty well? Good.
All right, let's look at the questions right here, and then we'll get started on the beard balm, because that's got stuff that's got to melt. So
yeah, and that's beard.
Yeah.
Not beer balm.
I must kind of say.
We're not making a beer balm. Not sure what that is. I can't remember who said that, but somebody misheard us the other day and said, I thought you were supposed to make a beer balm. And I was like, I'm not sure what that is. But no, beard balm.
For his beard, would it be soft and lustrous?
Yes, luxurious. So it'd be so soft and inviting.
Anyway, so, I mean, yeah, that's the reason I did the Instant Pot book, just to show how simple they can be to operate, you know.
Yeah.
So
are you done?
Yeah.
When it cooks, you're done?
I just have to let it cook, and with the Squash Bisque, there's a second step. Of course, you could eat it just like it is once it's cooked, but I do puree it in my Ninja blender, and because it's a bisque, so it's a real smooth soup, and we'll add some milk and see if it needs any more seasoning, and
we're going to do that.
Yeah, we're going to do it all. Yeah, on here. The blender's going to be loud, but
I can pull the sound down. Yeah. So thank y'all for bearing with us. It's the first time we're doing this multi-camera thing, and I see what I need to do now to. In fact, I may not have to do anything, because it looks like the microphone we're using right now is on one of the external cameras, and looking at the sound monitor, it's picking us up.
What that one is?
Yeah. Okay. So I've got this one turned off right now, I think.
Okay.
And let me look down. So all right. You want to look at some questions you said?
Yeah, I went ahead and looked at it. We don't have any questions, so let's go on to getting the beard balm.
Beard balm.
Balm.
It's balmy. All right, so we're ready to go to camera 3?
Yep, I'm here.
All right,
waiting on you, baby.
This may be a whole nother thing we have to experiment with on the sound. Camera 3. Camera 3, y'all. Everybody say, yay, camera 3. That is so cool, and the sound, it looks like to me, is still okay, right?
What about your sound? What about my sound?
Yeah, but I was
test.
mainly talking about echo.
Can y'all hear?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go back over and talk, Patty.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
Yeah, I can pull your sound meter up a little bit and give you a little boost.
Okay. Oh, my still.
So.
Okay, we
now,
ready?
Yeah. The problem
Ready?
is
Hey, Pia.
you're gonna not be able to put.
Okay, Mud Pie Girl says it's all good. So.
You're not gonna be able to show close-ups of the ingredients much because we got that problem with. We just don't have expensive cameras, and it's all gonna be.
iPhone.
It's gonna white out.
Okay. The first ingredient I'm putting in is 4 ounces of almond oil.
4 ounces of almond oil. And this is the second batch of what I've called my Relax and Restore formulation, mainly for the nighttime.
And this is 2 ounces of shea butter.
2 ounces of raw, right?
I have no idea.
Did they call it?
I don't think they cooked
organic or whatever. Anyway.
Unrefined.
Unrefined shea butter. Relax and Restore, because it's got the 2 essential oils I chose for it are lavender and rosemary. It's supposed to have restorative properties for your beard, but also help you sleep. Smelling that fragrance. So it's mainly a nighttime beard balm with a mild holding capability.
You used it during the day too.
Yeah, I did, but it's because I never could figure out what I wanted to make my daytime recipe. So I just used the nighttime recipe in the day and night. And it's not heavy on the beeswax because I just wanted it to have a little light shaping quality, not like.
Because you're using it at night, you don't need to shape it at night.
That's right. Well, I didn't want to make it like the kind where you can make handlebar mustaches. I didn't want that.
I've been reading a lot about lotions and stuff like that, and why adding the beeswax to this is good is because it actually will help hold in the moisture, and that's why it's good to put beeswax in lotions and stuff like that, because it helps to hold in the moisture. And y'all, I have such a problem with dry skin. It is awful, and I'm gonna have to make me some lotion. I've been researching it for a good lotion to do.
Yeah, Pia said 2 pans here.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a double boiler. I have my water. I made sure I put my water in before the show because I knew I would forget it. So I've got water in this pan, and then I don't in this pan. Now you could do this in a glass jar in a pot of water if you needed to do it that way. But I had this. I've had it for years, and it's very thin, and I don't use it for anything. So I thought, well.
And everything I read when I was researching how to do this stuff, they recommended something like a double boiler, or I think in fact when I did it in a mason jar, right?
I think you did.
And because you don't want to scorch it, it's got delicate oils in there, and you didn't want to get it too hot. It just needs to get up to the melting point,
All right, I've got this on real low.
Thank you, Tara. She just shared it everywhere she could on Facebook.
Oh, thank you.
My word. Thank you so much, Tara.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and add in the beeswax. This is 1 ounce of beeswax.
1 ounce of beeswax.
And
is that less than my original recipe?
No.
Is that exactly what the original recipe was?
Exactly what your original was.
Okay.
And we'll put the essential oils in last.
Right.
After I take it off the fire.
Right. After everything is melted and after it comes off of the fire, we will add the essential oils for the fragrance and the essential stuff. the essential qualities. I started to say the medicinal qualities, but I guess it really is, yeah. But
here it is.
To give it the relaxing and restorative effect.
Okay. Now that'll help my dry hands. All right, you can change back to over here.
All right, we're coming back.
Yep. I wanted to. We've got pictures of what I've been doing. I have really been practicing my baking and just doing some different things. We're in Mississippi. We're really originally from Louisiana, where Mardi Gras is huge, And I know the king cakes has spread further and further north, and they do that around Mardi Gras. My sister Julie was here this weekend, and she was reading about the history of king cakes and everything. And it's supposed to represent.
Don't look at me.
I don't know. I forgot now too. Anyway, but it's something to do with Lent and.
Best I can figure, they represent obesity.
Yeah. But anyway, so we've been talking about that. Well, Mardi Gras is Tuesday, I think she said, and so after that they quit selling king cakes. And so I've played with a few king cakes. I think I've showed y'all one or two that I've done. But anyway, so we've done a little bit different thing while she was here. We had a fun weekend baking and stuff. I want to show you. Well, I guess I can show you what's left, and then Tommy can show you the other pictures. So, oh yeah, you want to do it on this camera?
I can do it on that camera because we've got 3 cameras.
So this is what's left of the. That's what we're trying to figure out a name to call these because I've been calling them a log.
We don't want to call them king cake logs.
Yeah, we don't want to call them king cake logs. But anyway, but they have the filling in the inside. They're kind of like a cinnamon roll, but they're not because they have other fillings. Like the one's a chocolate, one's apple, and one is praline. So
I don't know which one these are. Okay. You gotta tell me.
That's the apple.
That's the chocolate.
Yep, that's chocolate.
And that's the praline.
The praline. It is very good too. Very, very good.
There's a picture of all 3 as they were initially cut. I see you over there on camera too, Patti. What are you doing?
I'll show the Instant Pot right quick though. I'm just giving this a little stir.
Back to camera 2.
Camera 2, whatever it is. I don't know if y'all can see that there's a little steam venting out of here. That's what happens right before it seals off. A little bit of steam will come out, and then there's a little vent back here that will come up level, and that'll trap the steam in there, and then the clock will start counting down shortly.
Like how long? Should we watch with bated breath?
I don't know how fast it's actually will pop up.
That's okay. I can switch right back real fast.
It's fixing to happen now.
It's fixing to happen.
I think.
Y'all.
Can y'all see the steam?
Yeah,
I don't know if they can.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Can you see it against
my
apron?
That,
No.
Now you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
But anyway, that happens, and then the little valve will come up and lock the steam.
Brace yourself, y'all. It's about to happen.
They're not going to see it because it's back there. So.
Oh, it's not going to make a noise?
Yep, it almost went. I wish I could bring that camera, but it would be too rocky.
Yeah, it's going to make somebody have an epileptic seizure.
It almost came up. But anyway, once it gets to a certain, there it goes. The steam quit, and it's all the way up.
Yes.
And so.
And y'all got to see that happen.
The clock will start counting down shortly. Once it gets to the level steam that it's supposed to have, the clock will start counting down.
I feel like the guy on Wild Kingdom.
I don't know what that means. I remember that show though. That's an old show. Huh?
What's his name? I don't remember.
Let me go stir over here right quick.
Where are you going?
Amy said they saw it. I'm going over.
You going to camera 3?
I don't know your camera numbers.
Yeah, that's camera 3.
Okay, camera 3. He's having too much fun with this.
I am having fun with this right now. So what's really cool is I need to see how far this thing will go.
Can they see the little? Yeah, see, they can see the stuff in the pot.
They can see it melting down, and it does help to stir it a little bit. Motion makes it hotter.
Well, it brings the hot up. It distributes the heat.
Well, it also, I remember from science class, it's something that's moving is warmer than it is the living garden. Instant Pot live, baby, right here on AldermanFarms. That's what I'm talking about, live on camera 2. And back to camera 1.
It's not counting down yet. It's
not counting down. Well, we'll go back to camera 2 right quick.
It's got to get full pressure. And from what I've read, it fluctuates in pressure somewhere around 10 pounds of pressure. But why they say they're not safe to can in is because it doesn't keep that steady. You don't know. You don't know if it has stayed at 10 pounds of pressure or if it's fluctuated a little bit. That's why they say it's not safe to can it.
Ross, what you talking about shipping available on the beard balm? Yeah, it'll when we get the prices figured out and we get the thing put together, it'll be available at on our web store. And I don't pay enough for my online thing for them to calculate shipping and all that kind of stuff. So we just all the prices we got, we just have shipping included. Are we going back to camera 2?
It's counting down.
It's counting down. You can see the number 4.
See the 4 on it?
Yep.
So it's working. Yay!
So it didn't take too long to come up to pressure. So now it'll count down for 4 minutes and then it'll beep, right?
Mike said, thank you, Tommy, for your help. I got it all set up. Princess Sourdough.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I have been creating. I call Mike Pratt out now. He has been baking and doing all kind of, quite a few different kind of bread. But anyway, I called him out because I told him, I said, come on, we're gonna get in a competition here. So look, I showed y'all my sweet bread. Let me show you what else I made.
Camera 2?
Yeah, we can do camera 2.
Camera 2.
Let me show you.
Ross wasn't talking about the beard balm. He was talking about the king cake loaves. See one of those shippings available.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, it's still going. We need a name for the king cake logs, and I don't want to call them king cake logs because Mardi Gras is over. And look at this. I saw somebody on. Is it doing?
Hold still. That's good.
On the Pratt Pack Facebook page, they were showing different bread, and she had done it like this with the flour. I always use oil when I shape my dough, and so I don't get this white look, which is really popular now. Used to not be. You wanted a glossy look, you know, but now this is kind of more popular. So I thought, I've never tried it, so I want to try it. So anyway, I made this with my sourdough, and plus I wanted to test out my sourdough because I needed to get my starters dehydrated because we have some to mail tomorrow. They're $5 if you wanted to make your own sourdough. We sell dehydrated sourdough starter, and it is ready now. We have some in stock.
Have some in stock again, sold out. So Patti,
let me show them this though. This was an experiment that I did.
So that bread you just showed, that would be matte finish?
Matte finish? I don't know.
Rather than a glossy bread, it's
yeah,
a matte
I
finish?
did a matte finish on that one. I want to show on my banana bread. Now I'm experimenting with making sourdough banana bread, but this made a very giant loaf up
Nanda
here.
said call them queen loaves.
Nanda, you're just so smart.
Hey.
Yes, sourdough queen loaves. Yes. Thank you. I like that so much. Yeah.
Nanda, you rock.
Yeah. I knew y'all would think about something. Oh,
Mary S. said, how about spiral sourdough bread? Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, and then it could be praline.
Hey, 1 minute to go on camera 2 on the Instant Pot.
I got to read and see if I have to do quick release
You
or
better
not.
look in on camera 3 first.
Oh, yeah. Too many things going at one time.
Can y'all see in there now?
It's almost completely melted.
Almost completely melted. Ross says AldermanFarms Amazing Cakes.
I'm turning my fire off because it's still, I know my water's still hot, so because it's almost completely melted there.
All right, get ready for camera 2 because it's going to beep any minute.
It'll beep without us.
Well, I know.
You don't want to beep without us?
What you going to do when it beeps?
You can use sourdough to make a cake. Freaky Geek, yes, you can use sourdough to make a cake. There it is.
Beeping.
It's beeping. Supper's ready. Almost. Let me see. I got to see what kind of release I have to do. Quick release. So
she's looking on page 19 in her new ebook, 20 Easy Instant Pot Recipes by Patti Alderman.
That's another thing. Quick release means that you release the quick. Or manual pressure release.
You don't release the quick.
Huh?
You release the
pressure quick.
You manually release it.
Yeah, you manually do it. So that's quick release or manual pressure release. Oh my gosh, I just went blank of the other one. What is it? You know, because you've been
Natural, NPR,
Yeah.
natural pressure
Yeah,
release.
natural pressure release would be if I just left it sit here and let the pressure come down by itself. Now the first thing I'll do is turn it off. And for good measure, we'll unplug it.
Bam.
That was my water cup, not the
Don't
plug.
whisper, talk up.
Okay, and so now I'm going to release the pressure. And you got to be careful because I have gotten splattered with water. So, there it goes. Releasing the pressure.
So we got to listen to that for a minute. It won't take long.
Queen cake. Queen cake. Sourdough queen cake.
I like the queen loaf better.
Queen loaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like that, yeah. I was forgetting.
All right, we're coming back to camera 1. Or, no, we'll leave it on camera 2 so they can watch the full release.
Can you see the steam coming out?
Not
see
so
it,
much right now. Yeah, if you look
steam.
real close, you can see the steam coming
No,
out.
go ahead and switch cameras. They'll be able to hear it. So.
Yeah, they can still hear it. Oh, look at that.
Queen cake.
But
Queen
wait,
loaf.
there's more. Good idea, David. And we are, David Sherrill on Facebook says, but wait, there's more. Included with every ebook purchase, you get weekly recipe how-to videos by Patti herself.
That's
Well,
right.
you're close
That's
because
right.
she is going to be.
I do
We're
wanna
going to be
do
doing
that.
things like this. I don't know if we'll do it every Sunday on the Sunday show, but we will be. She will be going live doing recipes from her book, which is available now. 20 easy Instant Pot recipes by Patti Alderman. This one's on page 19. And she will be demonstrating how easy they really are live on YouTube. So there's no editing. You can't, stop and go to the hospital and come back and pick it up like nothing ever happened. So it's going to be live. So yeah, David, she does plan to do that, and then we'll compile those into a playlist. And I may actually, be too much. Start to say pull them down and edit them afterwards, but
Let me answer. Nunda said that she got her sourdough shorter back in October at the Homesteaders of America conference, and she does plan to do it for a couple of more months, and she wants to know how long. She was going to let me know how long it's good for. Well, good, and I'm excited that you are doing that, Nunda, because I have read as long as you keep it to where it's not getting moisture in it and everything, that it'll last a long time. So anyway, I think it'll be good.
Amy, thank you for posting the link to the digital store, but it's not working from the chat. I don't know what's up with that. I did some testing actually before we went live, and for some reason the link to the store, to the digital store, does not work. But the link in the description to the digital store does work. You get a 404 error message when you click on it in the chat, and I just clicked on the one you posted and got a 404 message because I wanted to see if something I was doing wrong. But if you can post a link to our website, just the AldermanFarms.net homepage, it works. And so if you want to post that, and then just look for a digital store, and actually there's a link on the homepage. You scroll down a little bit, you'll see a picture of Patti with her Instant Pot, and you can click on that picture and go to the store. But I don't know, what's up with that, YouTube? What up with that?
Tommy, Nancy Briggs asked how much does an Instant Pot cost, and they cost about anywhere from
Thanksgiving.
around $70. I think a 79 sticks out to me. My 6 quart, I believe, cost 79. So anyway,
Kevin had just said, don't forget the balm, huh?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I turned off my fire, so I'm gonna let that sit, let it cool a little bit before I put my essential oils in.
We're gonna let it cool a little bit before you put the essential oils in. Good job.
Why do you say that?
Because I was about to say it and I couldn't stop myself.
Oh, okay. All right, so now.
Camera 2.
All right, now my pressure is released. Now it's safe to open the Instant Pot.
Got to be careful when you do that. Don't hold your face over it to open it because there's still steam in there. It's just not under pressure.
And a neat little thing is that there's these little pockets on each side, because you see how this is, and it fits in. It's a place to put your lid. So it's really nice like that. So the pot does get really hot. So you have to be careful. Let me see. That's just what it looks like that. Everything's cooked up.
All right, now we're going to adjust camera 2
Oh, it's
now.
hot.
You ready to do that? Are you ready to go to the Ninja?
Yeah.
There's actually, by the way,
Well, no, I'm gonna bring the Ninja thing base over here.
on page 19, in Patti's new ebook, 20 Easy Instant Pot Recipes, there's a link to the Ninja that she's about to use to puree this. Puree? You gonna puree it?
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna bring it over there? Good thinking.
Like that.
Nice.
I don't know how to do it.
This thing is the bomb, y'all.
Yeah, I really, look, they're expensive, but I've wanted to have, you know, this, I have my food processor too, that goes on it, and then it came with those little drink things that you can do, and I did us a shake the other day, the first time, and I like that too, but I mainly just wanted to not have so many different things, you know, to have to find a space for.
This thing?
So, oh yeah, that thing.
That's pretty cool. So you put it on a thing, you mix up your drink, and then you just turn it over, take the lid off, and drink it.
And it's got a spout lid that you can put on there. So.
I'm feeling kind of commercial-like.
You sound very much like a bad commercial.
Yeah, sorry. We don't ever want our channel to turn into one continuous
Commercial?
TV commercial. Sorry about that. Can you use a stick blender instead?
Yes, I think that would work just fine.
Yes, Barbara, on Facebook,
see.
that would work just fine, Patti says.
I want to put this somewhere. I'm going to put it right there. Okay.
Yeah. Andy's backyard shop said I need to get my Ninja gear on to use that Ninja food processor.
I really, really like it though.
Freaky Geek wants to know if that's a stainless steel pot.
It is. That's why I did a lot of research when I was looking for an Instant Pot, and they have the non-stick ones, which I'm sure would be really nice, but I don't really use non-stick really anymore, and also I didn't want that to get ruined, and so I wanted the stainless steel pot, and I'm going to tell y'all this, it's not a hard cleanup job. It really isn't. It cleans up really
Nanda.
good.
And that is true, y'all. And Nanda said you're just sharing products that work for you, and that's true.
Yes.
We're not making this up. We love that Instant Pot, and we love that Ninja. Patti does.
All right, you wanna?
Yeah, hang on.
But look and see if you can see it over here, because it's not going to be over here long.
Noah's Ark, 1962. She's making Squash Bisque, which, by the way, is on page 19 of her new ebook.
And you see how easy it is to set on here. You just set it on and turn it. I mean, it's just really easy.
Look at it right quick. Tell me. Look at the...
Well, that's good.
Is that good?
Here. Yeah. All right, you just have to turn it on and push puree. You got to remember, this is still very, very hot. And I almost poured it back in there. Let me put this lid back on here. We don't want to do that.
That wouldn't be good, yeah.
You want to, okay, I guess you can see that. Yeah, leave the camera like it is right now.
Just leave it like it is?
Yeah, I want to show you a trick that I do with my blender. If you are using a blender, of course, if you're using a stick blender. What? Am I saying something wrong?
No, I'm laughing at Ross.
Well, quit. You're messing.
I forgot to pull the sound down. He said I've rescued folks in factories not as loud as that. Sorry.
And I'm licking my fingers because this is for me and Tommy, and
We're
he don't
learning.
care.
We're learning.
what I do with my blender is I go ahead and pour this milk in there. The milk has to go into the bisque, but it'll kind of help clean my blender a little bit and get some of the stuff. So I'm gonna. I thought you said you were going to pull the sound down. Okay.
That time I pulled. I remembered to pull the sound down that time. Woo! Hey Annie, Carly is watching us on Facebook.
Hey baby, you hungry?
Michael Pratt wants to know if the Ninja blade comes off and may be able to go on a mason jar.
Oh, he's talking about on the what'd you do with that?
You know what? It might.
What did you do with it? Oh, it don't go up there. Did you put that up there?
Yeah, I put that up
It
there.
don't go up there.
It might go on a wide mouth.
I don't think so.
No, it's too big for that.
Oh, what?
That's not wide. Not wide enough. Where is it? Hang on.
Yeah, you ought to be doing your camera.
Yeah.
No.
Wait. See, I'm supposed to be manning the cameras.
Well, you're the one that got up.
Oh, no.
It won't. It's too big. But I'm going to tell you what to do. I wanted the Ninja where I wouldn't have a bunch of different things around and everything. But I have an old blender that it got broken. You know the old kind that was like, well, it's like the popular color now that's like baby poop yellow. Anyway.
That's very descriptive, honey.
Well, sorry y'all, I won't go there.
Don't do that.
Anyway, the picture was broken, but I kept the blades because they will fit onto a jar, a regular size jar, not a raw now. So I have kept that because I do use that. So anyway, okay, I put my milk in here.
Back to camera too, sorry.
I went ahead and put my 1 cup of milk in here, and I'm just going to stir that up. And you know, some people like a thicker soup, some people like a thinner soup. This is the consistency that we eat it at. So I put in the ingredients the 1 cup of milk, but you know, you can do it to your taste. I mean, to your liking. If you like it thinner or thicker. I almost always, when their kids are around, I do a double batch of this because they eat it up so fast. So let me get a spoon to taste it.
I'm just going to stay on camera too.
Yeah, I always just get a spoon and taste it, and then I check the salt, because I just sprinkled a little bit on there. And it definitely needs more salt.
Notice the precise measurements.
Yeah, and a little bit of the seasoning. I like to taste a little bit of heat in it, and you know, and this has some cayenne pepper in it. So.
Is the echo gone now, guys? I made an adjustment. Let me know if the echo is gone.
I love to make some wheat rolls to go with this. And so it makes a nice meal.
Thanks, Annie.
Just
Thanks,
right.
Mud Pie.
So, anyway, but that's how to make squash bisque.
You can
Very
find that
simple.
recipe on page 19.
I thought, wait a minute. I thought you was trying not to sound like a commercial.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But
It's on page 19 of our Instant Pot book.
it's on page 19 of our first Instant Pot book, Patty's first.
Tommy's more excited than I am. I'm excited though.
Easy Instant Pot recipes.
Okay,
And
we'll set
how
this over
easy was
there.
that? And they really go good with rolls, homemade rolls.
Yes, yes. Wheat rolls that have an egg in them that's nice and puffy.
All right, now the echo. Tell me the echo's still gone. Amy, I don't think that works.
Okay.
Oh, it did work. It worked that time, Amy. The link worked that time. I don't know what's different. I guess I wasn't holding my mouth right, and neither was you the first time. So. All right, thank you, Freaky Geek. Yeah, I made an adjustment. I'm learning, so I won't explain to you what I've learned. I won't bore you with that. But, well, yes, I will. Patty, help me remember. All we need is the mic on that.
Okay.
I've turned off every.
Okay, Tommy, the only mic you need is that one.
The only mic I need, yeah, I should have known, right?
Yeah.
That's why you got to spearmint. Thanks, Kevin.
1980s Homestead said next Instapot eBook.
1870s.
What did I say?
19.
Yeah, I am.
Huh?
I guess I am. I don't know.
Let me know. Let me know if you're doing any buffering. Good, Amy. You have to tell me what was wrong with that link because I looked at it.
Amy's the bomb.
Hey, Terry.
Amy's the bomb.
So no buffering, right? It's our replay is buffering. Oh, no buffering. Okay, good. Oh no, I was buffering.
Amy says we're back.
Okay. I don't know what that was about. Andy said it's frozen twice, but it's good now. All right, so
okay.
Let's just pause it there, and I want to keep it paused here.
I'm starting to start to firm up already, so.
All right, I need to go to camera 2 now. She's moved the beard balm from camera 1 to camera 2, and it's already starting to firm up.
Yep.
So we need to hurry up with this.
All right. All right, we're going to add the essential oils in here. Let's see, what is it? 6 drops of lavender and 6 drops of rosemary, so. Come on, start coming.
You gotta be careful because you gotta kind of squeeze it, I think.
2, 3, 4,
4,
5,
5,
6.
6.
This is glass bottles. You can't squeeze.
Oh, it's not. I didn't remember. It's been a while since I've done it. Well, you can squeeze it. It's full.
That was lavender, and it smells so good.
Yeah.
Now
I'm gonna use some of that tonight. I bet it's gonna help me sleep.
This is rosemary. 1,
Count
2,
louder.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6 drops. That's all you need. And actually,
smells
Patti
so
doesn't know
good.
this. I waited till she did it before I told her. I doubled the amount from the recipe that I originally found.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's what mine had in it.
Oh, you're not saying you doubled it like 12 drops of each.
No.
Now, how did you pour this into your little tins when you did it, baby? I guess you should be doing this.
No, you're gonna do it. Watch the camera for me. No, not the camera. Watch the computer.
Down. Okay. Well, you could be a little bit more.
See, I don't know how I did that. But I wasn't pouring it out of a pot. You probably need a funnel. Well, I would need a funnel, but apparently you don't. See, I don't know where you're supposed to fill them up to.
I do.
Oh, Patti does. Yeah, first time I did it, I didn't know where to fill them up to, and I just filled them up. So
We really don't know exactly how many tins this is going to, well, because Tommy don't remember how many tins it made.
yeah, I want to say it was. Well,
Would you hand me one more tin, please?
Yep. These are 2-ounce tins.
I don't know if it's going to fill this one up or not, though. This will be yours if it don't fill it up.
Okay. Let's just remember that.
Yeah.
They're 2-ounce tins. Christy did it work. Christy Bett says she put lavender oil on her pillow last night.
It really has helped me when I've used it when I was having a hard time. Y'all look how fast this started firming up.
Pia keeps it in a spray thing next to her bed.
Oh yeah, and just mist it in the air. I put it on my pillow before.
Oh, Amy says rosemary helps with memory, function, and focus too. Well, shoot, I need to put that on my eggs in the morning. I need that. What's my name again?
Is this loud and irritating to y'all? Sorry.
I could turn it down a little bit, I guess.
Well, I'm done scraping it now.
Oh, you're done scraping?
I'm done scraping it. So, this is Tommy's. It doesn't look real pretty. So he's got to have this one.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll keep that one.
So, anyway, here is our beard balm.
Yay! We did 2 things. Well, we
did 2 things. I don't plan on doing this again, though. We still have a lot of pictures. And what time is it? 8:51. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we don't have a whole lot of more pictures.
Oh, we don't?
Whenever you're ready, come sit down. We'll come back to
I was
camera
rubbing
one.
the rest of your beard balm on my hands.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have Maybe this would be my hand balm.
Yeah.
I don't say it just right. Anyway, we're gonna let that dry cool off and firm up before we put the lid on.
And I think it'll be tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, and you know what we need to do is what I did before too was to cover it like with some wax paper.
Oh, with wax paper.
Covered it with wax paper just to protect it. You'd hate to sell somebody some beard balm with a fly in it. A fly in the ointment. There's a fly in me ointment. Hey. So anyway.
Okay. All right. Have you been looking?
No, I can't keep up with that. I can't keep.
Thank you, Mike.
I got 3 cameras to work. I can't keep up with the chat.
Living in the living garden says, look at the sourdough in the back. You see the sourdough?
Yeah.
I've been working on it, so keep it going. But let me tell y'all something. What I have typically done with my sourdough starter is, if I'm not baking bread or whatever, I'll put it in the refrigerator and then take it back out and get it going again. Well, I wanted to go ahead and use one of my little packages of sourdough starter. And I started it about the same time as I took my sourdough out of the refrigerator. And my little pack of dehydrated sourdough starter, that's what I put in the dehydrator yesterday, was my starter that I got from that, because it did so much better. Mike has had great success with his too, so I'm just very pleased with how good that's going. But the other jars are just slower going, even though it was the same starter coming out of the refrigerator having to get going. So anyway.
So it must have been a good batch of wild yeast that
I think
that we captured, that we lassoed for that first bunch that you dehydrated. So that was cool.
They're telling Mike to look out. I don't know why.
Oh, because of all the sourdough.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see.
Yeah, Ross, they did make a song about flies.
She fly don't bother me?
No, I don't think that's it.
Oh.
All right, so
anyway,
Patti has been cooking up a storm.
I have, because I'm working on my sourdough.
We showed all that. Oh, you know what? You were talking about dehydrating the sourdough. We didn't show them that.
Yeah, there he is.
She did shoot a little clip of her. Now we've got a video, actually a playlist of her dehydrating sourdough on YouTube. How to dehydrate sourdough, if you search that. And she includes rehydrating it after it dehydrates. But she did shoot a little clip of her over the weekend when she put this in the dehydrator. So,
the sourdough process is not something that you can rush, and so that's what we've got orders that we've got to ship out tomorrow, and I didn't know if we were going to have to call them and say, hey, it may be another day or so, because I wanted to make sure the starter was good and active, because that's important before you dehydrate it, that you have a very active starter. And
I hate to sound like a commercial again, but at our store on AldermanFarms.net, you can order a pack of dehydrated sourdough.
And they're telling Mike to look out. No, Mike's starter is doing so good. It was all over the counter. He's got some. I think he's picked up some.
He's painting the walls with it.
Yeah, he's picked up some good natural wild yeast at his house too. His starter's going crazy. Yeah. He's outdoing me in the starter department.
He's got some ferocious yeast up there in Michigan. It's literally. It literally came out of the jar.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't it do that? Has it done that twice?
Well, it almost did. I know the first time he was worried about it, but maybe it did. So let's show a couple more pictures before we have to get out of here.
But wait, Terry says, Patti, if I make your sourdough recipe and use a quart jar, will it be enough?
To start with.
To start with, it is. You're talking about starting to make a starter from scratch. You may outgrow. Mike has outgrown his quart jar. He's using a half gallon, and actually I've got this 2 half gallons back over here, and that's quart sitting in front of it. So once you get to a certain point of your feeding, of course, then you have to start feeding it more, and so then it grows really fast. So and I'm doing a lot of starter like this because I'm wanting to dehydrate it. So I'm not. You don't need that much starter if you're not going to be dehydrating it or making a whole lot. Now, when I'm baking for the farmer's market, I need a whole lot because I make, usually 12 to 18 loaves of bread sometimes to bring to the market, not counting the other stuff that I do. So, I mean, you don't need, that much. Oh, Mike says now he's in 2 half-gallon jars. So, Mike's starter's doing great.
Hey, let's check in on camera 3. Wait, why is it doing that?
I don't know.
It must have lost connection because
Where'd you put it?
I put it looking at the sourdough.
Oh.
Huh. Wonder what's up with that.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
That's where it was at, for that. But anyway, so, and it depends on,
You try to get cute.
how active your sourdough starter gets, how fast. Mike's got active pretty fast. I think he made bread within the first week, definitely.
Yeah.
But, and it just depends on how much you're going to use it too, of how much you're going to have. But to do a recipe, like my sourdough bread, it's just 1 cup of starter. The cinnamon rolls is 1 cup of starter. Most recipes that I've ever used has been just 1 cup of starter. The banana bread, I used 1 cup of starter in it. These loaves, that was my sourdough recipe. My cinnamon roll recipe changed up just a little bit, and did I say cinnamon roll or sourdough? That was my cinnamon roll recipe. I changed it just a little bit, but that still just has 1 cup of sourdough starter in it. So.
Speaking of sourdough.
Oh yeah, I didn't even tell them about that.
What is that? Of course, on the right, that is a handmade rolling pin that we got from Betting the Farm.
Yes, and I love my rolling pin.
I think, right?
Yeah. But anyway, I forgot to tell y'all, like I said, I've been playing with recipes because I'm working on my sourdough book, and this is my sourdough pizza crust, and it turned out great. Now that is pesto chicken pizza, and Tommy had another piece of that tonight for supper, or earlier supper. That's that's pepperoni. I forgot to take a picture before I cut it in half, if you can tell.
And then, y'all, brace yourselves for this one.
I'd never eaten this before. This was Julie's idea.
You can't tell by looking at it.
If you look closely, you can see some little things on there.
Shrimp.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
They were so good. It was really good. Yep.
It was delicious. I actually had a piece of the shrimp pizza and a piece of the chicken pesto, or pesto chicken, right before we went live.
And I've never had the pesto pizza, but I was going to say, remember I found that deal, but somebody hadn't done the video yet, so y'all don't know about my shopping trip.
Yeah, that video's coming. Patti went on a shopping trip with her bestie, Therese, and spent a ton of money. And
if I'd have went to Walmart, I'd have spent $200 to $300 on the stuff I got. I spent $110, but I found this great deal on pesto, and it was
normally she makes pesto.
Yeah, I make pesto, but I want to do some things with pesto. They don't let me sell it at the market because there can be a danger with putting the garlic in the olive oil and everything. But this is canned pesto that I bought, jar. It's in a jar. And so it's been heat treated and everything, so that would kill botulism. And that's the concern, that botulism can grow without air in an oil like that. So anyway, you have to be real careful with that. But anyway, so I saw that, and I've been wanting to do some pesto bread. And I already do a basil bread, but I thought a pesto bread would go really good at the market. And so it was 2 jars for $2 or $1.49 a jar. So I had picked up about 6 jars, and I was thinking, now I wonder how many I'll need to last me through when market starts and all that. And so I got to thinking, I thought, well, I wonder if it even tastes good. I hated to spend the money if it didn't taste good. So I opened a jar and I tasted it, and I thought, this tastes really good. So I bought a case of it. So I bought 12 jars of it.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it's
we really
good.
like it. We actually ate some on salad.
Right, we're in overtime. I got a couple more pictures to show, but first let's check in on camera 2 and look at that. How
it's already setting up.
It's already setting up. Don't touch it though. I made that mistake. It's not solid. It just looks like it is.
Would y'all like to have my fingerprint on each one?
Yeah, we could put a fingerprint on each one. I hadn't thought about that. That'd be a pretty good idea. So here's some more experimenting she did.
Oh yeah, I showed him the banana bread. Yeah, my very tall banana bread. So I didn't, but one thing I did, I only had 2 bananas. So next loaf will have 4 bananas in it because it just needed a little bit more banana flavor. So
And I don't know if y'all saw, we went live when we put that together. And remember that, Amy? We thought it was going to be a disaster because it didn't look real pretty.
That was so good.
That was right before it went in the oven. But look at this. That's what it looked like coming out of the oven.
Oh my gosh, y'all, that was so good. It was so good. I like that better than pizza. I'm telling y'all.
Homemade pizza
so
loaf.
Good.
And that's what it looked like right before it went in my mouth.
It was so good.
Man, that was some good stuff. It was very good. So we're overtime, Pat.
Okay, but the Living Garden said, can you make sourdough pie crust? And I believe I've seen a recipe for that. You can also make sourdough French bread. I've wanted to do that for our market and everything. Haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna be doing some experimenting with that too, because I would like to.
Thanks,
get a
Amy.
good crusty
We were tickled.
bread,
It looks a lot different coming out. So let me remind you of a couple of things.
Terry said we're making her hungry.
Yeah. So Patti's 20 Easy Instant Pot Recipe Book is already available in our digital store.
Mm-hmm.
You can find the recipe she prepared tonight on page 19, Squash Bisque. She ain't the only one that's working on the ebooks. My first one, Marriage Tips for Men. I really wanted to have it ready before Valentine's Day, but it ain't gonna happen. But it's coming. It's a series of rules that I've learned, some of them painfully, over the course of our 30 years of marriage. Here's one. They're all rule number one. Here's rule number one. The key to keeping your marriage safe is realizing that it's never safe. Protected at all costs. So keep your eyes out for that. We'll be doing a series of videos on that too. We'll be doing. I think I decided we might do them together. It was going to be just me, but I don't know. Maybe it should be just me. Maybe men would feel more comfortable just watching me. They might.
Or it might be good for men to hear another woman's perspective when they don't think their wife is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I can tell them that their wife is not crazy because you're not crazy. So.
Let me answer this.
Hurry up, and then not hurry up, but as soon as you do that, we're going to share our scripture verses, and we're going to go.
Nancy asked if I ever made the sourdough brownies. I have not yet. I haven't made those yet, so I'm planning to. I want to.
Got to get on that.
I want to, and I'm just thinking that any different recipes, bread recipes, and stuff like that. Like I have seen a carrot cake recipe with sourdough starter. Anything that maybe have buttermilk in it and has that tart, flavor to it. I'm thinking you could use the sourdough starter in. But like my banana bread, I'm thinking when I add more bananas to it, that it maybe won't rise up as tall because it'll make it heavier. But I may have to play with that because I'm using the same leavening, which is baking powder and baking soda, in it, and that's a little tall for banana bread. It's really I don't know. I like the texture of it. I could cut that and put it in the toaster. And a lot of banana bread is just it wouldn't stick together that good. And I like the idea of being able to toast the bread. I think that would be good with butter on it in the morning for breakfast. But anyway, so I just have to play with that recipe. So. Oh, thank you, Pia. So are you going? She said, "Good luck in the bake-off." Are you going for me or are you going for Mike? Huh? I'm gonna make you choose sides.
Good night, part-time permies, and we apologize to you. We had every intention of catching your live stream tonight.
We did.
But we didn't have our technical stuff worked out, and we were on a call, and it just didn't. I was looking at the clock and think, man. So I'm sorry about that. We'll do our best to catch you next time.
Yes.
And the Living Garden wants to know. She said, bread is a weight loss food, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make diet bread.
Well, sourdough bread is better for you anyway because it's probiotic, sort of.
It is?
Well, kind of. No, maybe not probiotic. It's a fermented food.
Yeah. It's kind of like...
Yeah, it's not probiotic. It's don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. She's the sourdough person, not me.
It's easier for some people to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the better you can digest it, the less fat you'll be. So that'll work.
Wait a minute. Why is Mike saying thanks to Pia? Did you tell him that you're going for him?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, she's going for both. Thank you, Pia.
That's very nice.
Me and Mike really are buddies.
Hey.
This is just fun.
Whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. Go look that up in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. And while you're at it, flip back a few pages to Romans chapter 12 and chew on this for a while.
Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. Listen to this last piece of that passage, and really, especially in the online community, let this sink into the depths of your heart. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. That ain't that hard to do. It's a good reminder, and it's a good reminder that I need constantly, and I hope it was a good reminder to you. So thank you guys for putting up with our over commercialized and stuff. Thank you, Kevin, for saying that. Kevin Van Orn said him and Brenda enjoyed tonight's episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. And that's some local friends tuning in. We say it every week in passing, but we really want you to know how much we appreciate every one of you who take an hour and 8 minutes out of your lives and spend it with us. It really does mean a lot to us, and we are humbled by that. We still can't get over the fact that anybody gives a rip about what we have to say, and we enjoy spending our Sunday evenings with you, and we're so thankful that you enjoy, or at least pretend to enjoy, spending yours with us. How about some sugar?
Thanks, Andy. He's going for me.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You got to deal with it. Yeah, never mind.
What are you
That's
talking
fine.
about?
I don't know. I
He wants me
know.
to
I just
be
kissed you. I was thrown off. You threw me off.
Oh.
I couldn't think of nothing else except a Dean Martin song that I won't sing right now because it'll probably demonetize our video. I found a new Dean Martin song. I love it. By the way, one of my rules in the book, rule number 1, sing Lionel Richie songs to her. And I'm going to write about it in there, and you guys will get a sneak peek. I decided to put at the bottom, pro tip, for bonus points, sing Dean Martin songs to her. But am I right on it?
That's right, baby.
Bye, y'all.
Good night. Have
Have a good week, or have a good day, because we'll probably see you before next Sunday.
That's right.